Hello, welcome. Treasure Chest Tuesday. I'm Susan Taylor Shire, and this is Soul Mastery, offering you wisdom, perspective, love, support, and everything you could need, for this is the time that your guidance comes forward to give you more of the treasure chest of you. So open yourself to that frequency. Open yourself to the frequency of all that is pouring through you at this time. These few moments together are a vortex for that. And I want you to see it that way so you can take full advantage of whatever it is that's coming forward for you at this time, that the sound of my voice can activate for each one in its unique way. For we are creating at its finest level possible, and that is where we are. I was able to see the comet Neowise due to a variety of circumstances, and I want you to think right now, when I was with that energy, I was very aware that it was sort of surprising that it came out of nowhere, so to speak, to the scientists and all of that. But what I want you to do is I want you to look up a picture of Neowise, Neowise, because it wasn't, not everyone has been able to see it visually. So when you look at that comet, I want you to imagine that that is a comet for creation. Imagine what it is that you want this comet, whose presence is here with us right now in this world, what it can bring to you. Now, I wouldn't get into things like more money and stuff like that, but just feel the energy when you look at a picture of it and see what it is that you want to create in your life. Just put intention and put it in the energy of that comet and feel that the universe is bringing that to you right now through that comet. And keep that in your highest heart. Keep that place alive as though there's this comet moving through you at all times. Because we may not be in deep fear right now in all that's going on. It's still very intense because there's so much change occurring, so much happening, so much coming to the surface within us. And that can relate to weariness, tiredness, stuckness, all these patterns that are coming up for us to transform. Imagine that when you get into those spaces in yourself, which we all do, let's face it, and it's fine, that you start to see that comet coming in to just burn through whatever it is, the old resistance, the old pattern that is not complementary with everything that wants to come forward through you in creation at its finest. Let that be dissolved through the energy of the comet. For this is part of why it's here, to just bust in more spirit, just like those eclipses. We have the comet, then we have the Lion's Gate. There's no shortage of activity in that sky of ours, that universe of ours, here to support us. So take advantage of it. And remember, if you feel tired or weary, remember it's because so much is changing in you every day. And your body, your nervous system is calibrating constantly. And you can celebrate that. So just be aware of that and really know that, say, at the end of the day, okay, when you do your gratitude, and whether it's journal or just speaking, however it is for you, when you do your gratitude for this moment in time, for the world as we know it, for everything that is there for you, even if it's just a little bit that you feel is great for you right now, or good, or doable, whatever that is, just focus on that. And then do a little celebration for yourself, honoring the fact that you are a very different person than the person that woke up this morning. There you are at the end of the day. You may not be aware of all the changes that have happened, but they're happening, guaranteed. You are in a transformational process because of your consciousness, your connection to spirit, your love for all things of creation. That's why you're here. And so all is happening. And you may be able to put some awareness on, oh, I recognize that today this happened for me. Wow, that was cool. Little thing like that, just celebrate that and really put your eye on the ball of what is coming through you and that this great change is happening. That's what I want for you right now, is to put that focus of attention there. And yes, it's still intense. And yes, we are getting stronger in navigating all of what is required of us to bring this beautiful new world that is ours. Remember, it's a birth canal, and sometimes it can feel a little dark, a little bit strange, a little bit strained, but keep your eye on the bigger picture. That's why you want to do this celebration at the end of the day, and your gratitude at the end of the day for this larger picture. So, another thing I want to bring to you briefly is that I have been connecting more, and I want to introduce this to you, to a group of beautiful, beautiful guides, a conglomerate, a constellation, whatever we want to call it. They call themselves Humanity's Divine Team. And they have been with me for a few months now, and I often write with them and share things with you through their eyes. And they are a beautiful team of beings who are here specifically to assist us in these 10 years that we have, this decade of huge transformation that we know we're in the midst of. And they are composed of beings who have either been here before and understand this earth plane, and many of them have passed over in the last 10, 15 years. So they're very astute about what is going on, and they want to assist us specifically. And they are connected galactically as well. But there's something about their very practical, beautiful nature as it relates to helping humanity and the human spirit to come forward that I just love. So I want to share a little something from them today, and I'll be doing more of that each time we gather. And it's easier for me at this time to bring forward what they say in writing versus me just channeling them in the moment. So that's what we're going to do. Okay? Great. So from Humanity's Divine Team, which is definitely a higher aspect of our collective here. Take care of yourself. You mean the world to us. Take care of yourself in this time. You are our heaven on earth. Take care of yourself. The world is in your hands, and we have you in our hands. Your inner plane holds the ingredients for the ecosystem reflected in our outer world. You indeed are creating the future. It is in your hands, moment to moment. As you renew your inner ecosystem, you will see change that you may not imagine was possible. Change to our world. You may have not imagined it possible given the dire nature of the outer climate we see now. Whether you call that physical climate or emotional climate that we see now, it is all a direct reflection of the inner climate of each human on the earth. Remember that perspective. Where we are now has been created over the last decade or 2 or 3, and we are reaping the outer impact of that. So you could get depressed about that, or you could say, oh, everything I do now truly does create the future. Creation at its finest is my focus right now. Remember that. As you feel yourself that you're cooking, rising like a loaf of bread, stirring the pot every day to bring forth the gold of creation. Take time in nature. That is essential now to replenish and refresh that part of your inner spirit and sacred heart where nothing but light exists. Sometimes we forget to simply walk out of the darkness of where we are into the light. It exists. And that beautiful image of Neowise Comet. Neo means new, wise is wisdom. New wisdom coming our way. You can bring right into your heart to create a whole new way of being in this moment for you and all that you have to create. Drink deeply and breathe with an assurance and conviction of heart. This is how you take care of your beautiful self. So, I support you in blessing of your creation now as always. And I want to give one little quick announcement, and that is our retreat in Sedona is still happening. And I wanted to make sure you knew that because it is vital. And my guides and the guides of those who are coming are saying, yes, we need places of collective magnification. Magnification in the collective is where we are right now. And so we're doing that by bringing the world together, which the coronavirus has done, the magnification of the human spirit of heart and kindness, and in all we're doing as it relates to racial injustice and the ramifications of all of that are coming together because we are together in that as never before. And that's why there were marches and protests and will be more of that even because our collective expression does matter. So our retreat adventure in Sedona, September 8th through the 13th, is still happening for that very reason. And of course, we will be working with the CDC guidelines and keeping everybody safe and all of that. But it is so important for these group times together where we can do them safely in small, beautiful settings, and especially to be in nature and be enhanced in ourselves by the vortex of Sedona in this case to really bring forth the next pulsation of this new world blossoming in you and through you and for the world at large. So, blessings to the new world blossoming in you. Take care of yourself and let the fertile soil within you of the garden of your inner landscape blossom and grow as you take care of all that matters with you now. I am so with you in this, with the deepest, deepest love.